TSUTigers.com. Women's basketball just fell to UT Martin 77-58. Coach, some opening comments, please.
I felt like first of all we got off to a very slow start, and then I felt like we played a little better the second half, but our defense I didn't think was as good as it has been, and I felt like our offense the second half was not very consistent like it could have been and should have been. But I felt like we made a run, we didn't quit, and we got it closer. We didn't get it close enough, but you know, I think we got it down to maybe 12 or 13 there at one time, and I thought maybe we might hold, but we let it get away from us again, and so they went to the free throw line, and that's pretty much the story of the game, you know.
Chelsea, what did you feel like the pace was out there for you guys? You know, did it seem hard to get into a good groove, a good rhythm, or, you know, talk to us a little bit about it.
I think the flow of the game is something, as we picked it up in transition, when we got those easy baskets, we got those movement, because we are more, I think, a fast-paced team. But when you're on the defensive end, a lot more than you're on the offensive end, it begins to take a toll. So trying to use ball screens and getting hit with screens and physically maybe took a toll on us as far as getting in the groove. There wasn't a sync for us, because I think we spent a lot of time on the defensive end.
Coach, I know that UT Martin lives basically on Butler and Newsom, and they were basically able to, you know, take care of basically the outside shooting and then the driving and getting to the foul line.
Yeah, they make it very difficult, like you said, to guard. They're so quick, and they're just very, very skilled young ladies. They can shoot, they can drop the jumper, they can shoot the three, they can drive and finish, and just the only thing I felt like that right there in the second half that maybe Destiny made them alter a couple of shots, didn't you think? Yes, and which changed a little bit the complexity of it a little bit. But up until that point, they just pretty much had a straight flight to the bucket a lot of times. And a reason they do that a lot of times too is because two of their posts are pretty good three-point shooters, you know, and you can't give a lot of help. And so the other kid's about a 50% three-point shooter. So, you know, when you look at their personnel, they got one kid that basically can't shoot the three, and that was a tall, slender kid that played around the bucket quite a bit. But other than that, they can all pretty much shoot it. So you kind of pick your poison, but, you know, I just felt like we didn't do a good job of getting around screens and other things. We changed some of our stuff we were doing, made adjustments during the course of the game, but it didn't seem anything to really, did you think, work like we wanted it to work. But I'm sure we'll look at this film and we'll try to make some adjustments next time.
Now, Chelsea, you had a very strong night. You know, 17 points, you basically 9 boards. You guys out-rebounded them, but they did have 9 blocked shots on you guys. I mean, how did you find the success underneath? And
But when we were able to attack and get in gaps, again, they did play a zone. I think this is the first team that maybe played zone on us the entire night. Switching it back and up between a 1-3-1 or 2-3, we had to play within the gaps. Coach did prepare us, but it's easier to prepare in practice than it is like in a game. So with the station side, you had to rebound, you had to go to the glass. They did not box us out, as you see as well, but finishing was a big factor. Finishing our free throws, I believe we missed 7 free throws, and we lost by, you know, that would have chipped into the deficit that we did lose by. So they are big girls. They may not be as strong, so yes, they were taller than us, and they might have altered our shots, which is something we did toward the end for them, but they all night pretty much kind of battled with us inside.
Coach, your team had jumped out, you know, had been playing very well. You had a nice 3-game streak. You know, this was obviously a tough setback, especially sowing, you know, towards the end of the year with, you know, playoff possibilities on the line here. You know, where do you guys, you know, kind of pick up the pieces from tonight?
Hey, the next thing is another game. Hey, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You make the arrangements, and as far as the scouts and the preparation and the things you got to do to get ready for the next people, just like we did before. And hopefully it will change, and we'll be back where we need to be. I don't think you overreact. You know, we play too well. We're not going to overreact. We're too smart for that, or trying to be. And we're just going to come back and battle back and play like we're capable of playing. And we're better than we played tonight. We know that. But again, it was not a good night for us, and it was a good night for them. So we got another game coming up. We can't worry about this one. You got another one to play, so let's get it and go.
Well, with your next two games, you travel to SIUE and then you host Moorhead, and they're both teams that are actually trailing you guys, and you know, as all three of you are going to try to make the playoffs. So it's going to be playoff type atmosphere.
Yes.
And you know, how do you prepare for that, and how do you keep
Well,
your
it's
mind
like
straight on that?
SIUE. I mean, they've beaten Martin already this year, so that tells you what they're capable of doing. And of course, everybody knows Moorhead's always has a traditionally good program. You know, we went up there and played really good at Moorhead and beat them. We know we're capable of beating those people. SIUE, you know, I've never been on the floor with those people. I don't know, but we're going to scout them. We're going to know what they do, and then we're going to try to prepare them to do whatever they have to do to be successful against them. And you know, it was not for lack of preparation. We've seen enough film to cross our, for your eyes to be crossed this week, trying to prepare even for Martin. But you know, it's like she said, you can't simulate reality unless you're out there doing it and playing those people. You know, they're just a very good team, a very balanced team. That's why they're two-time defending conference champions.
And kind of taking a step back here, you know, I want to talk a little bit about Jasmine Schuler, who was in foul trouble most of the night, and you only got to use her for basically 13 minutes. I mean, halfway through the second half, she'd only had 8 minutes of playing time.
Right.
You know, it's tough to go that long in the game with someone that's that important.
Yeah, it helps when you got your full team out there playing.
That's
Right,
very true.
Chelsea? And hey, when we lose her, I mean, she's an integral part of our offense and defense. She does a great job on the guards, you know, and she would have done a good job on the kid, but you know, it was called pretty close, pretty tight. So you know, we know that, but again, you know, it was not one of our better nights, and so I guess you're going to have those too. So.
Right.
Well, Coach and Chelsea, thank you very much, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
you.